Welcome back, everybody. Today we're gonna be in the shop because it is frigid cold out. It's January 8th and I don't know, it's like 10 degrees here where I'm at. I don't care where you live, that's pretty cold. Today, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on my drum set. This video may interest some of you, it may not interest a lot of you. It's okay. So here's my kit. I have a combination of a little bit of everything. So I have a PDP drum set. You can see it right there, PDP. PDP is Pacific Drum Percussion, Pacific Drum and Percussion, and it is a subsidiary of Drum Workshop, or DW. DW is one of the better, more sought after drum kits, I think. I don't know. I'm not in the industry, but paying attention to drums and drumming, DW seems to be one of the big ones. You've got a bunch of different drum manufacturers: Tama, Pearl, Gretsch, Ludwig, the list goes on and on. But I think DW is probably one of your higher end brands. And so this is one of their, like I said, subsidiary brands. Still good quality drum set, but a little easier on the pocketbook for a guy like me. So I bought this kit probably 7 or 8 years ago. It was on sale. It's a 7-piece. It's what's called a maple concept, so the shells are maple. And it's just, you know, I had an old 5-piece for years that my dad got me when I was a kid, and they were fine until I got to the point where, you know, I wanted to upgrade. And these were the right price, and they were a good set, and I jumped on them. So I've got several different things going on here. Of course, I got a set of hi-hats. Those are the original hi-hat cymbals that came with my old drum set. They're fine. I've got a mix of cymbals, 14-inch ride, 14-inch ride. No, I'm sorry. 14-inch ride, 16-inch ride. I've got a 10-inch splash, and then 2 China cymbals over there. And then, of course, my ride. So a little combination of pasty, Zildjian, Sabian, and yeah, everybody probably saw, or some of you might have seen the video I did on my pedal. It's a DW5000 double bass pedal. I've had that for years. I think, where did I buy that? I might have bought that in a newspaper ad. Somebody was trying to sell it years ago. I don't remember. I don't really remember where I got that. I can't remember if I bought it new or I got it secondhand, but I don't know. Anyway, it's still good. But through the years, I've accumulated different cymbal stands, boom stands. But anyway, the point is, they're dirty. They need cleaned up. I'm going to put new heads on them, tighten everything up, tighten up all the hardware, and just generally give them some maintenance and some love. I really want to put new heads on them because I want a different sound. These are, I think, Remo Power Strokes. Everything's worn off of them. Yep, Remo Power Stroke 4s. Good heads, but I just want something different. I'm looking for a different sound. Maybe a different feel. So I went with Evans, and the Evans coated, double coated. I don't know. We'll find out in a little bit. But this is going to take me some time to take all these apart, shine them up. I'll probably use some steel wool on the chrome. And I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to try to clean the cymbals. Probably will. I should. I mean, let's be honest. If I'm doing it, I might as well do it right. So I'm going to put some sort of muffling in the bass, some better muffling. There's a pillow that came with the kit that has Velcro on it that you Velcro to the side of the shell. I'm going to experiment, maybe put a little more in there. I don't know. I want this thing to thud. I don't want it to resonate so much. I want it to, instead of boom, I want it to go dum, dum, dum. And I don't know. Trying to do that and get the sound you want can be kind of taxing because you got to put it on, play it. If you don't like it, you got to take the retainer ring off, fiddle with it, put it back in. I mean, it can take a lot of time, but yeah, what else I got to do? So I'm going to start. Today is also the day the tree comes down. We hope everybody had a good Christmas.
I helped with most of the ornaments. I helped on the back, and I just did an ornament check.
Well, good for you. And a Happy New Year. But today's the day it all goes away. So I've taken off my 8-inch rack tom here and just try to, I don't know if you can see the dust and dirt and grime and goops and gobs of greasy, grimy gopher guts. But here's what I'm starting with. You can see a little rust spot on the chrome. And I already went and hit it a little area with some 4/0 steel wool. That's what I got. That's what I want. It's gonna be a lot of elbow grease today and tomorrow and the next day probably. It's gonna take a while. This is the smallest tom. So I got 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16-inch toms, 22-inch bass, and then a 14-inch snare. Then I'm gonna have to do all this too, and it's gonna take a minute. We'll tighten everything up, all the hardware, put the new head on, and try to do some garage tuning, which, you know, whatever. Okay, so I've started to remove some of the hardware. You can see I've taken it out. It's a matter of getting a little stubby screwdriver, taking these screws out. They come right out. But then I bring it over to the steel wool. Start with that, end with that. Okay. So the bottom head is called the resonance head. This is the head. I mean, you want to set this head so depending on the vibration you want, the resonance, you set it accordingly. I'm not a tuning expert, but I will take my key and put it on here. Everything's finger tight right now. So I'll put it on and I'll turn it one time. Or half a turn, I'm sorry. Then I'll go opposite side. And I'll turn it half a turn. And then get everything turned to half a turn. So I've got everything turned one full turn right now. And I'm just listening for see, those two sound different. They're a lot closer now. That sounds pretty good to me. Anyway. All right, so next, I've got my logo right there. And this is gonna be offset for my mounting. So that'll go like that. So I'll have my, I don't want to cover my logo. So this one will go like this. And it'll be ready to put the head on, which I'm real excited about because I want to hear what it sounds like. Okay, so I was wrong. I'd forgotten. Okay, so what I'm putting on is the Evans EC2S Clear SST. I don't know what any of that means, but it's uncoated. It's gonna have basically a higher than normal attack. We're not gonna have sustained resonance, or it's gonna have short resonance, more of a dark tone, and extended durability. So that's good because I tend to hit kind of hard. I'm primarily playing, I don't know, I guess you'd call it heavy metal, rock and roll type stuff. Stuff that I kind of grew up with, that kind of music. And it tends to be a little faster, a little harder, and consequently I hit harder. So, you know, I like to have a head that's gonna last. So, let's put it on and see what it sounds like. So drum heads are just like anything else. The tighter you tune them or turn them, the tighter you get them, the higher the pitch is going to sound. It sounds decent. I don't know. I'll know more when I get them on the kit and start playing how I feel it sounds to me. It's kind of tough to tell right now, at least it is to me. Well, that one took about an hour total, I think. I mean, it took some time, and it's only going to take longer for each one, because the next one's bigger. The one after it's bigger than it, and it's gonna have more adjusters, tensioners, and the rings are gonna be bigger, so I'm gonna have to have clean just that much more. And so each one's gonna take probably just a little bit longer. So that one, I'm gonna call it an hour. The next one will probably take an hour 15, and then an hour 30, somewhere in there. But I'm not gonna record everything on this video. I'll show you bits and pieces of each one. Probably show you the snare or the bass drum when I get to it, because that'll take about 10 hours. And then gosh, all my cymbal stands and everything, there's gonna be a ton of work to do. So this is gonna take a while, but it's gotta be done. All right, I got the 8 and the 10 done. The 10 went faster this time. I grew a brain and started using a drill, so that went faster. I couldn't fit the drill to the 8-inch. I could fit the drill inside the 10-inch, so that made it go faster. And I don't know, I generally just worked faster, so now my arm hurts. Probably have carpal tunnel, and I won't be able to play the drums when I get done.
Ding.
Hi.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Just out here where it's warm.
How's the finger doing?
Ding. It's good.
Let's see.
Well, this is just because I keep hitting it on things, but I'm down to just a Band-Aid on it. And it'll heal.
She'll be picking her nose in no time. Okay, there's number 3 down. That's the 8, 10, 12 toms. And I'm taking a break. You'd be surprised just how wore out that will make you. My back's kind of hurting, my elbows hurt, my wrists, my fingers. Holy mackerel. I'll fine tune them when I get them on the kit and I'm getting ready to play, but man, steel wooling, cleaning this whole kit with steel wool is probably gonna give me arthritis or something. I won't even be able to play the drums once I'm all done. So floor tom number 1 is finished. That's the 14. We're moving on to the snare drum. So I got some pits in the chrome that I'm not gonna be able to recover from. There's a couple right there, but it happens. You know, I keep my drums in the garage where it's cold or with the weather, well, not weather, where there's no temperature control. And I don't know. I mean, it's it's probably not the best thing in the world for them, but I've got no place else to put them. They've got to be outside in the garage. So, I don't know. They get little rust spots on the chrome sometimes, and you got to use steel wool to get them off. If it gets so bad that it just is bothering me and it looks awful, I mean, what do you do like anything else? You get online, you order a new part. So, whatever. It's not gonna ruin my life. All right, snare drum is done. Put an Aquarian head on it. High energy. Whoa. I've had Aquarian heads before. They're all right. They're real durable. They've got they got this coating right here, and then they've got a I don't know, destruction pad in the middle that will help you further the life of the head. They're good heads. So next piece I'm going to work on is my snare stand, because I don't want to I'm not going to do the cymbal stands. That's going to be a separate video. And my cymbals. I'm going to get my drums clean. I'm going to get them all put back together and get everything set up. And then I'll build the cymbals and the cymbal stands around my drums. But I'm going to do the snare stand because I don't want to have to take my snare back off to clean it. So I'll do it now, and then the rest will be later. This is a Gibraltar snare stand. I have had this thing for a long time. It did not come, I did not buy it with my kid. I already had it. And you know, there's really not much to go wrong with a snare stand, other than, as you can see, they get dirty. I'll take that steel wool and shine it all up. 16-inch floor tom. Arm is on fire. What?
It doesn't look like a workout, but it is. What part of your arm? Bicep or forearm?
Shoulder, elbow, bicep.
You need dumbbells.
All right, the 16's done. 16, 14. Kristen's gonna give him a test drive here. Go for it. Rock on. Okay, the big daddy, the bass drum. Today is a good day. Why?
Because I'm helping.
Because I have a helper. We put her to work. She did this lockdown,
And
it turned out really good. So we're gonna let her help. It's always good to have a helper.
Mm-hmm. How much did you already do? Like 3, 2. Well, you did that one, I think. Oh, that was the best one.
Did I drop it?
Yeah.
Careful.
I caught it. Table shaky.
So I got my new head on my bass drum. And I haven't put any dampeners in it yet. But let me tell you, it sounds awesome. Check this out. I'm real excited. All right, so I got some of the stuff put back in place. I do not have my 8-inch tom because it goes on that boom clamp mount thing, and I've still got to clean all that one, so I haven't done it yet. But this is my kit. I cleaned the hi-hat stand. It's all back in place. I probably still got to move those toms around a little bit. I don't know if that's where they're going to land ultimately. I'm thinking about shifting them over just a bit so I can move that floor tom a little closer to my foot. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I might need to move my snare over just a touch. Lengthen. This is the problem with taking the drum set apart. Is that whenever you take it apart, you got to put it back together, and then it never goes back together the way you took it apart. And the way you took it apart is typically the way you've played it for a while and you're comfortable playing it that way. So to me, it's practically impossible to replicate that when you take it apart. So this is going to be just a pain trying to get it back somewhere how I want it. But I guess the good news is I'll have a different sort of setup, quote unquote, and sometimes that helps in the way you play. But here it is. It's all cleaned up, and so I'm excited to get the cymbal stands clean and get this thing set back up so I can play a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, that is it. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Something different. I haven't done much on my drums. I did the pedal video a long time ago, and I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll even play them. There's so many drum videos on YouTube. It would just be one more dude playing the drums. So this is something maybe a little bit different. I haven't seen a lot of videos where people tear their drums apart and clean them and go through that whole process, but there's probably a bunch of that out there too. All right, well, we'll see you. Thanks for watching.